you can drop it in 8 o'clock, like I say, until I know what's wrong with the brakes, it's a bit hard to put a time on it, but if you drop it in sort of early, I'll check it out and give you a buzz and let you know what it needs. The sensation of driving a car down the drag strip is a hard one to explain. As we were saying earlier with the tension and that when you come up to the start line, as you pull into the staging lines and you're stalling the car up, you're all hyped up, and then as soon as that light goes green and it all unleashes and you're firing down that track, it's a wonderful feeling. It gets the blood going. Well, like I say, being a motor mechanic and always having that interest in motor cars, you're always trying to get the best out of your car. You're always interested to see how fast they'll go. And the competition side of it, being able to race your mates and other people, it's good fun. I think that's probably the strangest thing of our situation, is most people that own the car want to drive the car, where he seems quite content to sit there and let me drive it and him just watch.
My name's Mike Houston. My age is, I'm nearly, 59 in about a couple of weeks. The car was being wasted. You know, I spend a lot of time overseas and it sits in a shed and does nothing, you know, so. And I've always got a couple of other driver cars, so Barry wanted to play and I said, yeah, I'll play.
He does love the car. Like I say, he's had it for a long time.
I've had that one about 20 years. Yeah, it's a good car. It was a good car in its day. It's a good car now. It holds its shape and its style, and it plays well, so it's a fun car. Bit of class. Drag racing never used to really interest me, but with Barry I noticed his passion for it, and his passion is, as you know him, is quite contagious with his toys and speed. And they're illegal, they won't do it overseas. Okay. Like if we get the next 2 meetings out of them, they'll be happy. So yeah, basically I done the work on it for him, and yeah, he offered me to drive it. I met Mike probably 10, 15 years ago. Someone recommended him come see me to work on his car. I think it was a clutch problem, and Barry fixed it in his own way, where he didn't do what the factory did. He went away to the bench and beat up a bit of metal and came back and cut it and welded it, and it worked and went a lot better. And from that day on, I knew he thought out of the box, and he was a good mechanic. So I think from that day on, he's always done the righty by me. So yeah. Over the years, we've sort of gone our own way a little bit. I think it was the car that brought us back together. He had his car sitting in the shed for quite a while, not being used. And when he found out that I sold my car that I was drag racing, he said, how about we fix up the Parenti and you can drive that. I think he just gets a kick out of seeing it go down the strip. The Wednesday night competition is mainly for like the licensed street cars. The main reason they set it up, I think, was to try and get the kids off the street instead of them roaring around town and annoying everybody. They get them down there where they can race in a safe, controlled environment. The two most important things with drag racing are ET, which is your elapsed time, and your reaction time. Your reaction time is the time it takes from the car to actually move from a standing start to cross the start beam, and then the elapsed time is from that start beam to the beam at the other end of the track. There's a lot to do with what makes a good drag strip. The surface obviously has to be prepared very well. The Kwinana Motorplex is rated one of the best drag strips in the world, so it is a fantastic track. There's a healthy competition between everyone that's down there, because we're all down there, we all want to do well and we all want to win. But in saying that, there's still a good bunch of blokes. They've all got the same interests, they all love cars, and yeah, everyone likes to see everyone else do well.
I don't know, it's just a bit of competition between mates. Just, you know, see who's got the fastest car, we all come down, give it a run. And it's, yeah, we can do what we want and no one can tell us anything different.
My name's Rob Hickey. I'm a fitter by trade. I've had this sitting around the backyard for a few years. Decided I wanted to get into something a bit of exciting and build it from ground up. Put a TA4Z on a 2JZ motor, bigger injectors, manualised auto, Hilux diff in it. It's just a rush. You don't need drugs. You do a good launch and everything on this, and it's just on a high for the rest of the night.
My name's Ben Peters. I've been building this car for about 6 months. It's a 1985 VK Commodore, 393 stroke LS1. This thing was just a budget build. It was only meant to be just a standard build LS1, but we kind of got a bit carried away, as you do.
We were racing when we were younger in 1978. We both used to have a go down at Ravenswood when we were kids and couldn't afford it, which was everyone's dream back then because we were all rev heads. Muscle cars were the go. We keep it naturally aspirated. It's a Chevy small block 454 and an original SLR 5000, and he's just having fun.
Then we got 6 months to plan how to make it go quicker next year. Certainly a lot of money here when you see, you know, the dollars that they put into them. Yeah? They look like old bombs, but they've got $50,000 engines, you know.
And I got the 003 reaction and it ran a 1283, yeah. It was the best pass it's ever done.
Yeah. Well, he'll tell me I've got to throw more money at it. I know what he'll say. He's a princess, he loses it, you know, I've got to sit down. High octane drivers. Just a bit of fun, you know. Doesn't last long, but anything good doesn't, does it?